Tell me about the draft. I mean, you're really having a big year this year. I think a great start. You got yourself a quarterback that I really like to watch. Tell me about him.
Well, he's Paxton Lynch from University of Memphis. He's 6'7". His hands are almost a foot long. They're humongous. And he can get outside the pocket. He can scamper like a much smaller person. He's got great accuracy. He can throw the deep ball. And he can get out of the pocket. So he's the same challenge, sort of like your dad was, where guys would bounce off him. But Cam Newton, Ben Roethlisberger, huge, strong players that can elongate for 3rd and 1. He's from a great faith-based family. He's got great loyalty and ethics.
The work he does with guys giving back to their communities, like their colleges and their hometown, that's big to me. I come from a small town, so that holds a place in my heart, and I want to give back to them as well as the university. But I'm very blessed to be here, and I know that, and I know what this platform is for, and I know the reason why I'm here. God has put me in a situation to help me through a lot of stuff, and I love this game.
And his teammates love him, so he's got to show that he can come out from under center, like every spread quarterback does. But Marcus Mariota did it last time. So he's training now in Orlando. He'll throw at the Combine. He'll throw at Pro Scouting Day. And then in a quarterback-centric league, it's just a question of which team will fall in love with which other team.
You know what's funny is when I think about how the game's changed from the quarterback position, you know, when I played in the early 80s, I never took a snap from the shotgun. I was under center. My father taught me the position from under the center. You know what I'm talking about. Everything was about footwork, totally different than a shotgun and then what these kids are running. So it is a transition, does take a little time. What are you looking for, the kind of coach that he needs in order to transition?
So right now in his training, he's working very hard on footwork to be able to show that he can do a 5-step drop, a 7-step drop. Look, the reality is this: any young quarterback who goes into this modern game is not going to be able to read the field that well. They mostly do it on their arm. So the problem is, if you're a high draft pick because of the cap, they start you right away. People assume that you're going to be the same way you'll be 5 years later, and they call a player a bust so early in his career.
Right.
If Cam Newton had not had patience with him, he wouldn't be this Cam Newton if they just given up on him. And so I'm hoping he gets into a situation maybe where he doesn't have to play right away, maybe where he gets a chance to learn a little bit so that they don't crush him early.
Leigh Steinberg's here with us, and Leigh does it all. I tell you, one of the things that I've been seeing, I've always admired about you is the way that you instilled in your players and expected from your players to give back to the community, to invest themselves in their talents and abilities where they played the game, to leave something with the game. I mean, when I think about guys like Troy Aikman and Steve Young, still those people. Tell me about what you're doing in these law students. You're with law students all the time. I look on your Facebook and you're teaching about being an agent and about law. Tell me about that.
Well, Roman, I've been trying to mentor a younger generation of ethical, principled, highly skilled sports professionals. We need a different type of agenting that stresses good values in young men, retracing your roots, setting up a high school, collegiate scholarship fund, doing a foundation at the pro level. And for sports professionals, they need to know their job in agentry is to prepare someone for second career, to build them off the field as well as on the field. It's not all about economics. So we've had agent academies in Houston and Philadelphia and Chicago and San Francisco and Newport Beach where we've trained them how to negotiate, how to recruit, how to do crisis control, how to set up a charitable foundation. And then on book tour for the agent, both when it was hard back in paper, I hit over 50 campuses. And what I'm trying to do is pay it forward and pass it on to the next generation, and leave a legacy of a different way to approach working with athletes.
Leigh Steinberg's here with us, agent.